Hello everyone, for this video I decided to do the 3 marker challenge, but instead with markers I decided to do it with color pencils. Since color pencils are my go-to media and markers aren't my forte at the moment. So right now I am currently mixing up my color pencils and picking out the 3 lucky ones that I'm going to use for this challenge. And here they are, my 3 color pencils. And this is me just swatching the colors, seeing how they look and blend together. And I'm sketching out a small picture that came to mind. It was rather simple, but I liked the idea. My mistake was that I didn't write down the names of my 3 color pencils, but one of the colors was a green shade that looked almost like a jade color. My second one was a gray one, and my third marker, oh, I keep saying marker, but it's pencil. My third pencil is a brown color, and I am so grateful to have gotten these 3 colors. They seem to fit well together, very aesthetically pleasing to the eye. And the jade reminded me of gems. And of course, the brown was for her skin automatically. And since I didn't use gray, I decided to do that for the hair and the tiny little details that I added. So now I'm just adding in the line art. I haven't done this type of challenge before, and I'm so glad that I decided to do this. One, because it makes me stretch out of my comfort zone, and it almost forces me to try new things. But I did have trouble editing this, but in the end I know it's all worth it. And now here I am erasing the pencil marks that I left. Of course, I let this dry a little bit so I wouldn't smudge all over the page. Then I got my 3 pencils and I started to get to work in a little bit. First, I got my brown pencil, which I don't know the name of. That's my fault. I can be forgetful. And that is my first video after all, so mistakes are bound to be made. So I took my brown and I colored in the skin of my drawing. Then I picked up the gray and used that to shade the skin. I probably could have done a better way of shading, but I wanted to use all my colored pencils. And since I'm a beginner, I just did my best. Also, can you guess what I'm wearing? That's right, I'm wearing my bathrobe for this video because it was really cold and my bathrobe is really warm. But anyway, I got my gray pencil and I started to color in her hair. At first, her hair was light gray, and then I went over that with a brown. But instead of creating a cool, weird combo, it just made it darker gray. But that's okay. I liked how it looked. Though in the end, it just looked like just one solid color. But that's okay, because I knew this wasn't going to be the best of the best. Then I continued to use my gray color pencil and then I colored in the thing on her dress. I don't know what's it called, but the little poofy things that dresses have. And I just colored that gray and her little belt around her waist. I colored that gray as well. And for the gray, I used my finger to blend it in, which I know it's people say it's frowned upon, but I did it anyway. Then I picked up my shade of green pencil, and I colored in the rest of her dress. Unfortunately, I didn't know what else I could do with this dress with this color, so I just colored it all in with my green and tried to make some spots darker than others, but in the end it didn't really make much of a difference, but that's okay. I don't exactly have a tripod, so what I did was I stacked up some books and put my phone on the edge of them and hit record. Because this is what happens when you're cheap and broke and you don't have a job. But hey, I am planning to buy a microphone. I am also planning to buy a camera. Well, maybe the microphone a little bit later, but for now, a camera. I really am hoping to buy a camera soon. And a tripod. There we go. Tripod and a camera. So that since I didn't have a tripod, my recordings are a little shaky and it's hard to see because I didn't zoom in because I wanted you guys to see the whole picture, but in doing so, you couldn't see the details. Maybe I should have zoomed in for some parts and then zoomed out for the rest. That is my mistake, and I will learn from these and just get better over time. So then I got my gray and decided to shade under the puffs, the gray puffs of the dress. So basically, I just used my gray to shade the skin and the dress. So this part is where I got my green and decided to burnish it on some parts of the dress. You can kind of see it, but honestly, it's not really much of a difference. There's me writing in my signature, and here is the final result, so you can't really tell. But overall, I like the end result. I'll see you guys next Friday. Thank you for watching.